You're settling now. You've settled into life in Australia now. I hope so at least. Here a few months. How are you finding your time here in the A Leagues, particularly Melbourne City?
Yeah, I've loved it here at Melbourne. With regards to the football side of things, it's been great. And I think and then living, it's a lovely city as well. So it's all been very positive, and I'm really enjoying it so far.
In terms of your transition into Melbourne City, obviously they put their own flavour on it, but part of that City Football Group, they play the City Football Group style. Could you describe your transition into that? Did you find anything difficult? What were your impressions as you were learning that?
Yeah, I think it's a process that I'm still learning along the way. I don't think just the way that we play and the philosophy, sometimes it's not something that you just walk into and you get straight away, especially as fullbacks. Sometimes that we play inverted and stuff like that. So you not so much that you're learning. I'm probably I'm past the point of learning now. It's more just kind of trying to master different positions that I want to be in, and the coach wants me to be in at different moments in the game. And it's just about sort of mastering that, and it becoming second nature kind of thing, because you play a certain way for different periods in your career, and you get used to playing a certain way, so you got to adjust and adapt to a team's philosophy as well, without sort of losing yourself and your own game along the way. So still learning, still developing that, I think.
And you yourself, mate, Melbourne City, they've got Asian Champions League coming up. Now, you've played in the European version. You even beat Bayern Munich at the Allianz. But what are you expecting from the Asian variant?
To be honest, I'm really excited about it. Just the words Champions League are appealing to anyone and any player, I think. So I'm really excited to be a part of it, and I think it would be a great experience all round, football-wise, and going to Bangkok as well. And I think all of it's very exciting, and I think the most important thing's on the pitch, and getting through the group stage and playing well and winning games that we have to do that. But I'm really excited about it. I think the boys are as well. It's the Champions League at the end of the day, so it's like it's proper. It's what we all want to play in.
Do you know much about your upcoming Asian opponents or Asian football?
To be honest, not a hell of a lot. I think not a hell of a lot. It's because we've had so many games. I think, especially me, I think probably the lads know a lot more about the teams, that we've even been playing here, and I'm sort of taking it, game by game, because I'm learning, each team, the players that I'm going to be playing against and stuff like that. So my focus has kind of been here and each game that's coming along. So I haven't really had a chance to see too much about them and stuff, but it's a week away now, so yeah, I soon will.
I know that, and Marco.
So is it that, Carl, you obviously have that experience of sort of continental football in Europe and dealing with hectic schedules, even championship sort of football is pretty crazy. Have you had to draw on that or sort of pass on a bit of knowledge to some of the other lads, given the way that the schedule has been and the way it looks for the month ahead? You guys have got a lot of football coming up.
Yeah, to be honest, I think we've dealt with it very well. I don't think I've really had to, because the people in charge here, the coaching staff and people like Mac who are in charge of the medical side of things, sports science, have kind of taken a real good lead and managed us in a way that we've actually got through the games relatively unscathed for the most part, and we haven't had too many injuries and stuff like that. So I think the lads, credit to all the boys, I think they've done unbelievably up till this point, because it's not easy playing every, pretty much 3 days, which is what we've done, especially with a smaller squad. So that's been a massive challenge in itself. So I think we've done really well to perform the way that we have in general, and find a level of consistency, because every 3 days is not easy. Any footballer will tell you that. So it's been a challenge, but so far we've done it really well. And with regards to that, I haven't really had to, the boys have dealt with it fantastically. So I haven't had to say too much about that.
Yeah. What about the fact that you've got a big game against Sydney, then there's a derby on the weekend, and then you go over for the Champions League. Does it have a little bit of a feel of like those days when you're sort of at Arsenal and you have big games, game after game after game sort of thing? Does it have a little bit of a feel for that? Yeah,
kind of, actually, to be honest. Yeah, and I love that, to be honest. Like the past couple of years, I haven't played as much as I would have liked. So to be here now in this situation, and like you said, they feel like big games. You know what I mean? Obviously, Sydney is a massive game, then the derby, and then and then off to the sort of Champions League. That's it's big game after big game, and it's exciting. Do you know what I mean? And it's what I've needed and what I've wanted on a personal level for a while, and I'm enjoying it, and it's just getting the best out of myself and contributing to this team and helping us achieve what we wanted this season.
And I guess just finally from about how well do you know Adam LaFondra? I'm imagining you would have come up against him a fair bit down the years. Is that something you played against him a fair bit?
Yeah, to be honest, I'm sure I have a few times along the way, like you said. And the away game that we played them in Sydney, we sort of just said hello as such, and like, how's it going, and just had a brief chat kind of thing on the pitch, because I don't know, I think when you meet other lads from sort of back in the UK, you just touch base, because you're in a similar situation, you're doing the same thing in a sense, and you sort of end up just gravitating towards each other, asking how things are going or whatever. So he was quite friendly, to be fair, when I saw him in Sydney. So obviously a good player, and he's been very successful along the way. So we've got to keep him quiet on Wednesday.
Perfect. Thanks, Carl.
Cheers, mate.
Carl, your coach was just saying, how you were just talking about the busy schedule and how City are doing so well to cope with it, and he was saying maybe there needs to be some type of thing in the league where there's bigger squads, or maybe get rid of the cap so more players can come in. Are you surprised with how well City are coping, considering the size of the squads and the schedule? And do you think there should be bigger squads allowed?
I can only really sort of double down, I guess, on what the manager said there, in the sense that we have dealt with it very, very well, and it's a credit to the lads, to be honest, because you have to live the right way as well, away from the field, if you want to sort of maintain performance, and if you want to stay fit and healthy, and be able to play game after game, and obviously as a team, we've been doing that, because generally, for the most part, the lads have stayed fit, and we've managed to keep most of the boys out there. So it's been a challenge for sure for the boys who ain't been used to it, but I can't, massive credit to everyone involved in terms of helping us to make sure that we've been able to do that, and to do it well. I mean, it's out of my what's the word, remit, I suppose, with regards to talking about squad sizes and stuff like that. But I mean, we've done it well this year in terms of dealing with it with the boys that we've got here. So I don't know, but I mean, with regards to moving forward, maybe that's something that people like the manager will have a better understanding of how that should look going forward. But all I can do is give huge credit to the boys for how we've dealt with it so far this season, and I hope we can continue to do that and continue to win games and be successful.
Mate, what did you make of Sydney from the last game, and what are you expecting from them tomorrow night?
A challenge at the end of the day. I think they've been a successful team over the years, and I think they gave us a good game for sure up in Sydney, and there were spells where they were very good and they was impressive. So, I think we was deserved winners on that day, but we know it's going to be a difficult game, 100%. So, yeah, we've got to focus on that, and we're on a good run at the minute. So I think generally when you're doing well, it's about the next game and finding that consistency to make sure you keep doing the right things at the end of the day, because football changes very quickly for better or for worse. So it's all about consistency, and we've been doing that very well up till now. And Sydney's another challenge that we need to come through.
And mate, you're on top. I guess West United got a couple of games in hand, but do you like having those? Do you like being in the spot where even though they've got a couple of games in hand, you guys have already got the points on the board? You can put a bit more pressure on them by keeping on winning games.
Yeah, that's it. I think if you just keep winning games, then you're going to be up there at the end of the day. And I think of course, it's always better to have points on the board, but I guess it's just a case, of focusing on yourself. If we keep getting points in every game and keep winning games, then we're going to be. You almost don't have to look at the table because you're going to be up there anyway. So that's got to be our focus, really. There's still quite a few games to go, so consistency. I think I said it before, and that's what we got to do.